Hello to all you beautiful people of the internet. I am Movie Talker, and no, we're not doing the pitch today, so the pitch will definitely be tomorrow. So we're going to do part 2 of Final Destination What If. So if you haven't seen the first part before, go watch it now so then you can catch up with every explanation that I'm going through. So I'm just doing the last 2 movies. I know the 6th film is coming up, but it's not out yet. It's not even been, I know it's called Bloodlines, but again, it's not out yet, so we can't do that one. If you'd like me to do my own interpretation of number 6, let me know in the comments. So let's get into the what ifs. So we're on to the Final Destination. Again, there are spoilers, just to be aware. So again, I'm going to pause myself for every 1 or 2 seconds just so you can process the question. I want to know your inputs in the comments below. And if you'd like to hear my feedback, go ahead. I mean, I won't have much, but I'm going to work with something. Get this hair on my face. So, for the Final Destination, which is number 4 basically, it's the worst one in the franchise. What if the racetrack crash never happened? So, Nick, I think his name is, has a premonition of the racetrack crash, and yeah, pretty much same happens to all the others. Some people leave, the rest of them die. But what if it didn't happen? He just had the premonition and it didn't happen. What if, again, I'm just going to put this what if on the screen so you can see. So I don't have to make this as long as usual. Don't have to bore you out with just one single character at a time. Everything's explained on here. What if Carter didn't die? So Carter is a racist in this movie, but he gets blown apart. But what if that didn't happen? What if, I think her name was Nadia, didn't die? So that's the mechanic's wife, where a wheel comes over the building and splats her, splats part of her body. But what if she didn't die? What if Samantha didn't die? Samantha is the woman who is the mother of 2 boys, and a stone gets smacked into her eye and she dies. But what if that didn't happen? What if Andy didn't die? So Andy is the mechanic I mentioned not too long ago. A tank of sort smacks into him and part of his body is diced by a fence. But what if that didn't happen? What if Janet died at the car wash? So Janet is saved by Laurie after she gets trapped in a car wash and her head almost gets taken off by some wash and roll up something. I don't know what it is. But what if that didn't happen? What if she actually died? What if Hunt didn't die? So Hunt is the boyfriend of Janet, and Hunt gets his organs sucked out, and it's a pretty gruesome scene. But what if he was saved by Nick? What if Jonathan didn't die? So Jonathan is the cowboy that was barely seen, but he was part of the crash, and he gets a bathtub smacked down onto him. But what if that didn't happen? What if George didn't die? George is the security guy at the racetrack, and out of the blue, an ambulance smacks into him, same as Terry's death in number 1, where instead of an ambulance, a bus smacked into her instead. But what if he managed to dodge that death? What if the mall premonition actually happened? So Nick and Laurie escape the cinema, but the cinema explodes and it kills Janet, and they get killed and Laurie gets killed in the escalator, but then all of a sudden it's just a premonition, and Nick manages to stop all that from happening. But what if he didn't manage to do that? What if Nick, Janet, and Laurie didn't die in the end? So in the end of the movie, a truck crashes into the coffee shop, and in an X-ray, the worst way executed. It was in an X-ray shown, and all of them were crushed. But what if none of them died from that? Now on to the last one, Final Destination 5, which has a great plot twist in the end. I didn't even notice during the film that that one of the banners said 1994. It took me so long to recognize that. So I should have noticed that, because usually I'm good at spotting things in films, but I wasn't good at spotting that. That was really good. I do think, though, they should actually scrap the sixth film and just restart it from the, like Halloween is a direct sequel to the Halloween from the first one. That's what I mean. Anyway, enough rambling about that. So here's the what ifs. So what if none of the survivors got on the bus? So in the beginning of the film, everyone goes on the bus to go on a trip to somewhere. I don't know if they said where they were going, but yeah. Well, before I go on, if you hear this ticking in the background, there's a timer over there. I don't know what it's for. But in case you wondering what the ticking was, there's a timer behind me. It's been going on for like days. So back to the what if. What if they didn't get on the bus, basically, is what I'm trying to say. What if the bridge didn't collapse? So Sam, the protagonist, sees the bridge collapse in a premonition, and then it actually happens. But what if it didn't actually happen at all? What if... I'm trying to think who died in the order. Candice. What if Candice didn't die? So in the scene of the gymnastics, I was so surprised that I didn't see the banner said 1994, which led up to the big twist in the end. I was so shocked by that. But yeah, so at that moment I realised, oh, I should have seen that, because I'm usually good at seeing things, but I wasn't good at seeing that. Sorry about my hair. I am going to get a cut soon, don't worry. But not the longness, I'm just going to make it not so puffy. Back to the what if, sorry. I can lose track sometimes. I have a lot of ADHD. So Candice does a backflip after a smoke has been puffed into her face, and unfortunately she snaps herself in half. But what if she didn't do that? What if she managed to land a perfect hit? Actually, how about what if the nail didn't fall from the fan? So a random gymnast, whatever you call them, unfortunately becomes the cause of Candice's death, as she does like some cartwheels on like a bench, and her foot gets slams into the nail, causing the chain of events to happen. But what if the nail just didn't do that, and she manages to avoid it? You know what I mean? What if Isaac didn't die? So Isaac steals a spa voucher to go to a spa and have some acupunctures in, have a nice day. Unfortunately, the chain of events don't happen. He falls on acupunctures, a fire nearly catches him, but the thing that kills him is a Buddha that falls on his head and splats him. But what if he manages to survive that? Or should I say, what if he never took the spa vouchers? What would happen then? What if Olivia didn't die? At the beginning of the film, I didn't really like Olivia, but as we were getting to know her a little bit more, I felt so bad for her, because she wanted to see again without the use of her glasses. But the eye laser didn't really didn't really repair her vision. It more like it basically just messed up her eye. And it messed up her hand. She falls out a window, lands on a car, her eyeball pops out, and it gets run over by a car. But what if she managed to survive that? Or what if Olivia didn't need glasses? What if Nathan died at the construction site? So Nathan and Roy have a fight because they're always arguing about their pay. Roy indirectly saves Nathan, and Roy gets killed by the crane that comes down on him. But what if Nathan wasn't pushed out and he actually got caught in the crane? What if Roy survives? So as I said, Roy gets caught in the crane by the crane. Is it a crane or is it like a hook? I'm gonna call it a hook. Gets punctured through his head. But what if he managed to survive? You know, he doesn't get caught on by the hook, or he manages to hold onto the hook's chain and such. You know what I mean? But some way to survive. What if Nathan and Roy were best friends? So they are always booking each other from the beginning and to the death of Roy. But what if they weren't like enemies at all, you know? What if Peter didn't go crazy? So Peter is so distraught by Candace's death that he wants Molly to die. And he's just going crazy with killing people, you see. But what if he didn't go crazy and such, you know? What if Dennis didn't die? So Dennis, I think he's like in charge of the group. But a spanner smacks into his eyes and kills him. But what if he managed to dodge it? Trying to think who's next. Is it the final three? Final four, I mean. Actually, it's the final three because, you know, Molly survives. Okay, yeah, I think it's the final three. So, what if Peter didn't die? So, Sam saves Molly. I don't know what the thing he used to kill Peter with. Let me know what that was in the comments below. And kills Peter. But what if Peter managed to survive? You know, he didn't get stabbed at me. What if Agent Block didn't die? So, there's a small cop plot. I didn't really thought it was interesting enough to bring up, but we see Agent Block around trying to find out what's going on. And Peter shoots him, but what if Agent Block actually managed to get out of the way of the bullets? What if Peter actually killed Molly? So yeah, in the restaurant, Peter's trying to kill Molly, but he's unsuccessful. But what if he managed to kill her? What if Sam and Molly never got on the plane in the end? So in the end, we get that big twist that Final Destination 5 is before number 1. But what if they never got on the plane? So that's all I'll do for the what ifs. If you want me to ask more what ifs to get your inputs on, let me know. And maybe I might put these what ifs on, like, you know, maybe like my Instagram or something. I'm not at the moment going to share my social medias because, you know, I'm not a big channel. If I get to 500 subscribers, I will put links to my social medias in like my bio or something, so then you can, you know, take part. But like for the ones who know me, I'm not sharing them. And if you do know me, do not share them at all. I mean it. Or I will take them down. But yeah, if I ask these questions on like my social medias and I get some answers, I'll put the best ones up there. And if you want to tell me your inputs in the comments, I will put the best one there as well. So again, thank you very much for watching and have a nice day.